What does an effective gratitude practice look like? Well, let's examine what an ineffective, what a poor gratitude practice looks like, because therein lies some really important information, including the fact that I think millions of other people out there are doing it wrong. Most gratitude practices that you see online and that people talk about in various talks and so forth involve something like writing down or reciting or thinking about 5 or 10 or 3 or 20 things that you're especially grateful for, and then really trying to feel into some of those, really try and think deeply about the emotions, the sensations, the perceptions that are associated with those particular people, places, and things on your list. Most studies actually point to the fact that that style of gratitude practice is not particularly effective in shifting your neural circuitry, your neural chemistry, or your somatic circuitry, the circuits in your body, because you literally have organs and neural circuits that are connected, the circuits of your brain and body, toward enhanced activation of prefrontal cortex, enhanced activation of these pro-social neural networks that we were talking about earlier. Turns out that the most potent form of gratitude practice is not a gratitude practice where you give gratitude or express gratitude, but rather where you receive gratitude, where you receive thanks. And this, to me, was very surprising. There are a number of studies about this now. One in particular that I think is interesting is called prefrontal activation while listening to a letter of gratitude read aloud by a coworker face-to-face, a NIRS study, NIRS. I'll explain what all this means. You now know what the prefrontal activation part is. This is activation of the prefrontal cortex. The NIRS, NIRS study, that's just a technical term. So in this particular experiment, what they did is they had coworkers write a letter of gratitude, of thanks to another coworker, unbeknownst to the other coworker. And then they sat down together and then they imaged brain activity as this letter was being read and as the letter was being heard, received. And it showed very robust effects on these prefrontal networks that pointed to the fact that receiving gratitude is actually much more potent in terms of the positive shifts that it can create than giving gratitude. For many people who want to experience the positive effects of gratitude, it's probably not the most advantageous approach to just sit around waiting, hoping that someone's going to deliver all these letters or words of gratitude.